Hi, I'm Marisa, and this is my top 10 list of influential musicians in the 20th century. Number 10, John Coltrane. John Coltrane was one of the biggest influences within the jazz scene in the 60s. He credits many legends, including Miles Davis and Louis Armstrong, for inspiring him through music. He was known for playing the clarinet and the alto and tenor saxophones. He got his big break playing in Miles Davis's band and has been famous ever since. His most honorable awards are the Grammy Lifetime Achievement Award in 1992 and induction into the Grammy Hall of Fame in 1999. He is one of the greatest musicians in jazz to ever live and one of my personal inspirations.
You feel so young. You make me feel like spring has sprung.
Number 9, Frank Sinatra. Frank Sinatra, often called the voice in Old Blue Eyes, was influential throughout history because his smooth voice and incorporation of jazz, swing, pop, and easy listening. Sinatra was most influential during the decades of the 20s, during the big band era, and within the 40s and 50s. He won 8 Grammys, including a Lifetime Achievement Award and 2 Oscars. Sinatra was often seen wearing a fedora and suit. In my opinion, he is the best representation of classy. Frank Sinatra has inspired countless musicians throughout time for his sophistication and legendary music. Number 8, Selena Quintanilla. Selena Quintanilla is influential on many levels, including bringing Tejano music to mainstream in the United States. She won 1 Grammy, 36 Tejano Music Awards, and has sold over 60 million albums worldwide. She is well known for her iconic costumes she wore on stage and her amazing dancing. Selena also inspired many hit Latina artists, including Jennifer Lopez. Selena would still be popular and extremely influential today if she were still alive. I love Selena as a person, artist, and icon because of her beautiful talent and representation of Latinas in mainstream music. Number 7, Ella Fitzgerald. Ella Fitzgerald is one of the most famous jazz singers of all time. Fans were absorbed in her talent as she was often called the First Lady of Song and Queen of Jazz. She was also known for her signature scatting and collaborating with Louis Armstrong. Ella Fitzgerald was a trailblazer, and she was the first black woman to ever win a Grammy Award. She was also awarded with the Grammy Lifetime Achievement Award in 1967 and the Presidential Medal of Freedom. I love Ella Fitzgerald so much because she has the ultimate angelic voice that captures the essence and sophistication of jazz. Number 6, Chuck Berry. Chuck Berry is definitely one of the most influential musicians of all time by being one of the lead pioneers of rock and roll. The father of rock and roll received many awards, including the Grammy Lifetime Achievement Award in 1989 and induction into the Grammy Hall of Fame 3 times. His biggest hit was Johnny B. Good. Berry was also influential through what he did while playing, like his famous duck walk. He inspired so many future generations of musicians, including the Beatles, the Rolling Stones, Elvis Presley, and Jimi Hendrix. Chuck Berry is one of my favorite musicians for his creativity and skill that changed history.
Now when the Saints go marching in.
Number 5, Louis Armstrong. Louis Armstrong is certainly influential throughout history because everyone knows his name. He had an incredible stage presence with his unique voice and trumpet style that influenced countless musicians. Armstrong was awarded with 8 Grammy Hall of Fame awards and a Grammy Lifetime Achievement Award in 1972. He recorded 60 of the most influential jazz records in history in only 3 years. And also, he toured all over the world, specifically during the 50s and 60s, after the big band and jazz eras ended in the United States. Louis Armstrong will always be a classic musician because of his distinctive voice and playing skill on trumpet.
Jumping and the drum began to swing. You should have heard the knocked out jailbird sing that rock.
Number 4, Elvis Presley. Elvis Presley is one of the most well-known musicians of all time with the title King of Rock. His strong voice, innovative dance moves, and hit songs are what made Elvis who he was. He won 3 Grammys, was inducted into the Grammy Hall of Fame 6 times, and won the Grammy Lifetime Achievement Award in 1971. Not only was Elvis Presley a singer, but also an actor who made 31 films. He is most known for his famous white jumpsuits with big hair, which is often depicted in many films. Elvis is number 4 on my list because I will forever love his moves, music, and movies. Number 3, Prince. From his million album sales to his innovation in music, the late Prince is one of the most influential artists of the 20th century. The movie and album Purple Rain was one of Prince's biggest successes. Prince received numerous prestigious awards over the years, including 8 Grammys and 2 Oscars for Purple Rain. Besides Purple Rain, Prince made 9 other top albums, which altogether sold over 100 million albums. Prince was also known for his iconic costumes. His most famous ones were during the Purple Rain tour. He had several iconic guitars also, like his cloud guitar and the cymbal guitar. Prince is one of my favorite musicians because of his undeniable talent, iconic fashions, and incredible music.
Well, shake it up, baby. Shake it up, baby. Twist and shout. Twist and shout.
Number 2, The Beatles. The Beatles are one of the most influential bands of all time because of their popularity around the world and developments in music. The band was together for only a decade but produced 12 albums which sold over 65 million albums. They won 25 Grammys, including 17 Hall of Fame awards and a Lifetime Achievement Award. The Beatles' performance in America on The Ed Sullivan Show started the British invasion. The Beatles were also very popular, especially from the hippie movement, where their style of music changed along with their appearance. The Beatles are one of my top favorite bands because they appeal to all ages and created amazing music. Number 1, Michael Jackson. Michael Jackson is one of my favorite musicians of all time and correctly named the King of Pop. He broke numerous records on the Billboard charts, including holding the longest span of U.S. Top 40 singles on the charts with a span of 42 years and 6 months. Not only did his songs break records, but also his music videos. Thriller was the first music video to incorporate a mini-film and gave MTV its start. The music video had Michael's signature look of a red jacket that everyone had to have. Other signature looks include the costume from his Bad video and the infamous black hat, sequin jacket, and the white glove. Besides the Thriller choreography, Michael has had many famous dance moves like the moonwalk and the anti-gravity lean. Michael Jackson will always be one of the most influential and my favorite musicians of all time because his legendary voice, signature look, and iconic dance moves. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed.